Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing the 20th century book tag. I was tagged by Nicola from Robotnik and the tag was originally created by Leslie from Words of a Reader. I'll have links to both of their videos down below. This was kind of a hard tag for me to do because there are a lot of decades that I don't have books for. I started looking up famous books from certain decades, and while I have read something from every decade, I don't necessarily own something from every decade. So some of these are a little bit of a stretch, but they all technically work. For the 1900s, I am going with The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which is included in the set of the complete Sherlock Holmes. For the 1910s, I am going with this book of selected letters of Dawn Powell from 1913 and 1965. I promise that this is the only one that is like this, but since some of the letters were written in the 1910s, I'm including it because I don't have anything else from this decade. For the 1920s, I am going with F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. And for the 1930s, I'm going with J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. For the 1940s, I'm going with A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith, which is one of my all-time favorite books, and I highly recommend that everyone reads this book. For the 1950s, I'm going with A Separate Peace by John Knowles. For the 1960s, I am going with The Group by Mary McCarthy, which I did enjoy and I do recommend, and I mostly read this book because Rory read it on Gilmore Girls. For the 1970s, I chose Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and this is the only book from the 70s that I own, and I haven't even read this one yet. For the 1980s, I am choosing The River Why by David James Duncan. And for the 1990s, instead of going with the Harry Potter series, which a lot of people seem to be doing, I am going with Interpreter of Maladies, which was published in 1999 and just barely makes the cutoff. So yeah, that was the 20th century tag. If you haven't done this tag, feel free to consider yourself tagged because this has been out for a while and I've seen a bunch of people do it, so I'm not completely sure who hasn't done it yet. But if you wanted to do it, consider yourself tagged right now. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.